Year 1. So for this week's science, we are looking at materials as we have done for the past few weeks. And we are going to do an investigation. And the investigation is to find out which material is best for Ted to stop him from getting wet. So poor Ted, can you help him? He's got wet while out playing in the garden. What could he do to stop this happening again? We are going to make him an umbrella. So we are going to test different materials to see which material is the best in keeping Ted dry. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is get all your equipment ready. So I have got my equipment ready and I have got a plastic container which will fit Ted, so he can fit, inside my plastic container. I have got a little pot of water and a teaspoon. I'm going to use this teaspoon to measure the amount of water that I pour on top of Ted. Okay, so each time I need to make sure I put the same amount of water on top of Ted, on top of the material that's on top of Ted. Okay, so then I need to make sure I have my materials ready. So I've got some foil, some tin foil, I've got some cling film, and I have got a tissue, and each of these materials I have cut to the same size as well. Okay, and I also have an elastic band to help me secure it on top of the container. So our investigation is finding out what material is the best for Ted's umbrella. Okay, so now that we've had a look at these materials, obviously when you're at home doing this experiment, you can find some other materials to investigate. So you might want to use the same ones, and you might want to find some extra materials around the home that you want to test as well. Obviously, please ask a grown-up before you go taking anything to test on Ted. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a prediction. So a prediction is a guess, a sensible guess of what you think will happen when you test the different materials. So what material do you think will be the best to keep Ted dry? Okay, have a little think. Do you think the tin foil will be the best to keep him dry? Do you think the cling film will be the best to keep him dry? Or do you think the tissue will be best to keep Ted dry? So have a little think. Also, we need to think about what material would be useful for an umbrella. What would be quite strong as well without breaking? You know, if it's too windy and if there's lots of hailstones as well. So have a think which material you would think would be the best to keep him dry. So a material that's waterproof and a material that is strong enough for if there is wind or hailstones. Okay, so you might want to pause the video now and write down your prediction. So what do you think is the best material to keep Ted dry?